Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Ingraham. This is the Ingraham Angle from Washington tonight. Mock it, shock it, Crockett. That's the focus of tonight's angle. All right. If you ever wondered if there were too many lawyers in America, well, any doubt should be put to rest, because meet University of Houston Law Center graduate Jasmine Crockett.
They continue to say things like the illegals and that they broke the law coming in. But what they're not telling the American people is that it is a civil violation. It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal. It's a crime. It's not a crime.
Perhaps the good congresswoman skipped too many criminal law classes, or just doesn't check basic facts before she speaks, because of course crossing the border illegally is a crime. The statute is found at 8 U.S.C. 1325, and it's titled Improper Entry by Alien. Yeah, and it's called Alien. It states that any alien who enters or attempts to enter the U.S. at any time or place, other than as designated by immigration officers, or obtains entry by willfully false or misleading representation, shall be fined and or imprisoned for up to 6 months for the first offense, up to 2 years for the second. This is pretty basic stuff. Texas is a border state, so you should know this. So how does she get this wrong? It's elementary. It's a second-year law student, what they would know. What a first-year associate at a law firm could get fired for not knowing. But always wrong and never in doubt, Jasmine Crockett has eclipsed former bartender turned Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez as the buzziest Democrat around. Democrats were looking for a new thought leader, and Crockett fits the bill. Plus, she puts the A in attitude. Or is that arrogant?
When you look and you compare me to Marjorie Taylor Greene or me to Lauren Boebert, there is no comparison. And that is the life that we have always lived. So the only people that are crying are the mediocre white boys that have been beaten out by people that historically have had to work so much harder.
Oh, Crockett slams mediocre white boys. That's not racist. Texas's 30th district elected her to office in 2022, and every appearance seems to be made for TikTok. She's the master of the rant.
Let me tell you, we have a thug in charge of the United States. And if we don't wake up, we may not have a United States, because right now he has only been successful in being a divider in chief.
I'm still trying to get over the comment about mediocre white boys. Well, she seems to know absolutely nothing about the economy or the border, but she does know a lot about how to talk smack about people.
If you could speak directly to Elon Musk, what would you say?
Off. Oh. You know it's bad when she's getting the Bill Maher treatment.
The Democrats seem so lost. And here's Jasmine Crockett, who is, I thought, a big leader in the Democratic Party. Her quote is, "This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the up because I'm ready to get on with it." On with what would be my first question. And also, this is the way this is like how a podcaster talks or something. Can you imagine, I don't know, Obama saying, "Oh, man, dude, this whacked, slap me, I'm over it." No, I mean, come on, man.
Politico has noticed it as well, lamenting the rise of the potty-mouthed Democrats. Well, for now, Congresswoman Crockett is unrepentant, they write. She said her answer was real and reflected her frustration with Trump and Musk's actions. Like, I have a potty mouth, especially when I'm mad, she said. We're working on it. We're going to pray about it, she said. Well, of course, Democrats' impulse toward the radicals is to circle the wagons and blame Trump. Yeah, because of course they're going to blame Trump. Trump is the only thing they can ever blame. He's at fault. They say the F word, it's his problem. It's also weak. He's president, and all they can do is throw stones and drop the F-bomb. They're seriously unserious people. Bomb throwers like Crockett are passionate about attacking Trump because it's a lot easier than actually trying to address serious problems in their own districts. Now, for Crockett, in her cause, she represents most of Dallas. Now, there is a lot of money in Dallas, but outside of Highland Park, the region in parts is struggling. About 17% live below the poverty line. That's well above the national average of 12.5%. And for education, the stats in Crockett's district are grim. Only 33% of her district's fourth graders are at or above math proficiency. Only 15% of eighth graders are, and for reading, just 20% of fourth graders and a dismal 18% of eighth graders are proficient. Wow. But you're not going to see her address that with passion on MSNBC. And you won't see her applaud the efforts by ICE to remove criminal threats that are plaguing her state. Now, these are mostly serious offenders who pose a risk to the community. And in Houston today, we saw like hundreds and hundreds rounded up. That was the great work of ICE. But Jasmine Crockett claims to care so much about the people. We await her TikTok video thanking Tom Homan for all his work. Well, that's funny because last year she slammed Texas Governor Greg Abbott for doing the border work that Biden would not do.
If our governor felt like he really wanted to come up with some federal enforcements, he should have ran for president of the United States.
Amazing accomplishment. 2 grammatical mistakes in 1 sentence. Now, there are a few sane Democrats who see where this ultimately leads for the party.
Look, man, we're screwed. I mean, we don't know. No, Democrats don't know what to do. This is a nightmare. You have a party that got trapped 2 ways. One, defending a broken status quo that nobody likes because they thought that Donald Trump was going to make it worse. But when you're defending the status quo, you're going to lose.
But how can Democrats shush their Crockett of shame and other embarrassments like her? Now, Crockett defended Al Green after he was censured for disrupting the Trump speech by shaking his cane and invoking the injustice of segregation, is what she did. Of course, Green himself also played the race card after he was censured. But look, they created this DEI monster, and now we'll sit back as they're forced to try to win with it. Voters for themselves are going to have to decide whether F-bombs and stunts are good replacements for real solutions and a compelling vision. And that's The Angle.